Hello guys and welcome back to our Ansible course and hope you enjoyed the last video on the lab on conditionals and loops, and by now I hope you are proficient on running and simple Ansible scripts and on your lab environment. So you would be happy to know that we are almost nearing the end of towards our Ansible beginners course, and if you have directly jumped on to this video, I would highly suggest that you go back to my previous videos and start from the basics, so you will have a much clear idea of what is going on. And so further on, these videos are going to be short and we are covering a few important topics that are left. And after this, you will be very well proficient to take your Ansible journey ahead and continue scripting using Ansible. So let's begin with today's topic. So today's topic is going to be handlers. Let's move on. Yeah. So what are exactly handlers? So take a scenario that there is a task you want to perform, but only that task should be performed when another task is completed, or another task is it's dependent or pre-dependent on that another task. So in that case, when there is a dependency of a single task, and that task should be run after that task, so that time handlers comes into picture. So you can see what I have mentioned, that these are special tasks triggered by another task using notify. So they are used to perform actions that should only happen when something changes. So for example, if there is no pre-dependency on the previous task, then that task should not be performed. So that helps us maintain idempotency, and so that because we don't need to repeat our actions or unnecessarily increase our code. So in that case, handlers come very handy for us to perform a particular task. So let's immediately move on to an example. So you will get that concept immediately and have it clear in your mind. So you can see this is a simple Ansible script, that what I have done is that in the first task that we are going to do is copy Nginx config file from a source to a destination. So you can see I have used the copy module and I have mentioned the source, where is the configuration source of Nginx, and the destination I have mentioned. So as we are well aware, when a service is configuration files are changed, we need to restart that service for it to completely complete the configuration, and so that it would work flawlessly. So for that, we need a special task that should only run when this configuration file has been successfully copied from the its source to destination. So in that case, I have used the handlers. So what its structure is that we mention handlers as a under our task, and this is this does not have to be under task. It comes out of the task module, and it's a solo independent farm. So the tasks and handlers are sibling of each other. So after the task is completed, it notifies restart Nginx. So this is the name of the task that should be performed. So under handlers, I have given a name, restart Nginx, and I've mentioned the task of what should exactly happen when when this handler gets notified. So what I have mentioned, given the service name Nginx and state restarted. So you can see this is not directly, this task is not directly mentioned under the tasks module. So it won't get or won't run automatically. It will only run when it receives a notification from some another task. So to notify a task inside a handler, we should use the notify module. You can see I have mentioned the notify module and given the task name. So you can clearly see that it will go to that task that has been mentioned in the notify module. So the name should be same that we are giving into the notify module. So I hope this is clear enough for you. Let's move on to some keynotes when you use handlers and what you should keep in mind. So as we have seen in the example, we use notify specifically in a task if we want to have another task triggered from our primary task. So we use the notify module, and there is a handlers section. Under the handlers section, you can mention any number of tasks which needs to be triggered only when they are notified from some another task. So also these under the handlers section, one task which is only can only be triggered at a time. That is only once that task can be triggered. So I have clearly mentioned, if even if multiple tasks notify the same handler, it only runs once per play. So if we have 4 number of tasks and 4 times I have called for the handler, but the handler will run only once inside one play. So that's the same case. So it's scoped per play. So handlers are only available within the play that they are defined in. So these are the important notes that need to be kept into mind when we use handlers for our scripting inside the Ansible script. Okay, that's all for this lecture. And in the next lecture, we'll discuss another important topic, that is templates. Thank you.